Hey guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of 10 Minute Misconduct. We're an unofficial FPHL podcast. Today we are lucky to have James Farmer of the Thunderbirds joining us. So thank you for joining us tonight. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Hi,
Thanks for
James.
inviting me on the show, guys. I'm pretty fired up. I've never done like a podcast or anything before, so this is new to me. This is pretty cool.
Welcome to the shit show.
Absolutely. It's a dumpster fire here some days.
Oh, yeah.
So tonight we've got Ed and Taylor hosting alongside myself. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and get started with Taylor tonight.
What's up, Farmer? So I've noticed you played at Morrisville in D3, and then you went to the SP and the Fed this year. What's the biggest difference that you noticed in D3 to even the Fed?
I think the leagues are honestly pretty comparable in terms of like skill level and all that. The biggest difference I'd say is the off-ice stuff. Just, I mean, when you're at school, obviously you got school to do. Where with the Fed and the SP, I mean, hockey's your job. That's what you're doing. So you have a lot more free time. And obviously these, like, there are some jumps in player skill, especially up more towards the top of the SP. There's some good hockey there. And then even the Fed, the bottom to top, there's a pretty big jump in skill there. So, but yeah, just a lot more free time, I'd say. And, you're kind of on your own, right? Where school, you're usually living in the dorms or like close to campus or something. Where here, you're just out by yourself pretty much. You're with the boys. So I'd say it's more away from the school and stuff. It's a bit different there, but the hockey's pretty similar.
Would you say that the hockey compared to what you've played in Canada versus the US, would you say it was similar or very different?
Yeah, so back in Canada, I only ever played juniors. There's not really pro leagues unless you're playing in the NHL or something or the AHL. So it's kind of hard to compare juniors to this. I mean, I guess it's just a progression. So obviously there's older, better players in like in college and in pro than in juniors. So it's just another step up, I'd say.
So, like, in this league, what is like your most favorite like fan interactions that you had so far this season?
Honestly, all of them are cool. I mean, just meeting guys like Taylor after the game, you'll get fans come up to you here and they already know you or they act like they know you. People go out of their way to message you and all that stuff, which you don't really get or definitely not get as much in college or juniors. So I'd say it's kind of cool just meeting new people and, having fans do cool stuff for you. Like you'll be at a restaurant and fans are, oh, you guys play on the Birds? Yeah. And they'll just buy us lunch or they'll buy us a beer, this or that. Like it's pretty sick. You don't really get that, in college or in juniors. So
Does Taylor ask you for like a selfie after every game?
No, but he has asked me for an interview though. So I was happy to do
there
that
you go.
for him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no selfies yet though. I'm not with him anyways, with some other people for sure. So
yeah, guys, be sure to check out our Facebook page. Next week, we should be dropping that behind the scenes interview with James and a little special honorary co-host. So don't miss out on that. I'm having a little trouble hearing Taylor.
Taylor. Hello, Taylor.
Yeah, I'm not getting any of that either.
Okay, well, while we work on that, can I ask you, what would you say to the younger generation, the juniors right now looking at like the D3 and D1 colleges? What advice do you have for them to progress for their future?
Yeah, I mean, obviously my goal was to just keep playing hockey as long as I can, and it still is. So if you're playing juniors or you're even younger than that, you just got to keep working, because every level there's going to be bigger, better, older guys. And so as long as you keep getting better yourself, I think you should have no problem progressing on to college and then progressing on to pro after that. That's what I did. Just keep working. And even now I'm still working, trying to get better and, see where things go. So you just got to keep working.
That's an excellent segue question. I admin a page also. It's called the JOJHL Fans and News page. and I saw that you play for four of those teams out there: Brantford, I believe, Caledonia,
Yeah.
Cambridge, I believe, and Brantford. What team did
Yeah.
you like? Do you want to say a special hello to anybody who might be watching from the page there? And which team did you like to play for best?
Yeah, I'll definitely give a shout out to Caledonia on that one. I got the chance to spend more of my junior time there than with the other teams. I think I was there for about a season and a half, and I would have stayed even longer, but COVID kind of shut down the playoffs my second last year, and then I never got to play in Canada my last year of juniors. So Caledonia was definitely the top spot, I'd say. They treated us well there, and they were a really good team, and I still kind of keep in touch with them, and I know they're doing really well this year. So I hope they win the cup there.
We all don't like London Nationals, correct?
Yeah, I never got to play against them. They were in another conference, but I know, yeah, there was kind of a rivalry there. We sent some guys there, and I think they, so I guess I'm not a London fan. Sorry, guys.
Oh. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, that's okay. My roommate just walked in. He played on London too, actually, for the Nats.
Oh, did you really?
But we don't like those guys, so it's all good.
No, boo. No, they don't
Did we
change
get
the
a
laundry.
sneak peek on who your roomie is?
Yeah, this is my roommate. Turn around, Curtis Haggy.
Hello.
He's on the IR right now, so he's been out of the game for about a month.
Oh man, well, good luck with quick healing. I hope he's feeling better soon.
Right.
Yeah, he
Get
should be
well
back
soon.
in it in hopefully about 2 weeks. So. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Are we able to hear
Taylor,
Taylor,
do we
by
got
the
you
way?
back?
Hello, Taylor. I think he's trying to ask you, how do you like to play in Carolina? What was your best memory with Taylor? I think that's what he's trying to ask.
Well, with Taylor, I mean, he got the luck of having a post-game interview with me there last weekend, so that was pretty cool getting to do that. And obviously, just meeting him and some of the fans is pretty dope. So.
From the chat, sometimes you'll see me looking over. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just reading our live chat so we can get some of the fan questions for you. Abby wants to know what has been your favorite chirp.
Oh, favorite chirp? Well, there was a period. This is when I just came back from the SP. I didn't have a last name on my jersey, so I was getting chirped about that pretty hard, which is understandable. Yeah. So this year, that's probably my favorite one.
Since I see that Taylor brought you on the show, I guess I'm gonna try to involve him best we can, even though we can't hear him, and he's driving somewhere. What's the best driving advice you could give Taylor right now while he's out driving somewhere?
Use your turn signals, man. No one,
Yes.
for whatever reason, down in Georgia, Tennessee, Carolina, nobody uses their signals. I don't know why. It pisses me off, but that would be my advice.
They're out of that blinker fluid.
Yeah.
you must have.
Don't forget to change the summer and winter air in the tires too. That helps out too.
Yeah,
That's
get
important.
the pressure adjusted in there.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, he's back.
We're gonna try to get Taylor back in, hopefully. 3.
Yeah, we got you now, man.
Yeah,
One.
we got you.
I don't see him yet.
Okay, well, if you can't see him, can you see him, James?
I can see him and hear him. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, well,
we're
gonna try
working
to
on
adjust Taylor somewhere.
Yeah, while we work on that, can you tell us about what barn is your favorite to play in outside of Carolina?
Yeah, obviously home games are the best. I haven't got to play in every team's rink yet, but I'd say out of the teams I've been to, I think Columbus in the Fed for sure, because they have there's a rivalry between our teams, and they got a pretty good amount of fans. They have a pretty cool rink. So it was pretty cool playing there and seeing all the fans heated, and it was tight weekend between us. So that's always good too, and that was a pretty fun experience playing there. So.
All right, Taylor. How about we give it another try?
Yeah. I can't see him, but I'll try to listen to him.
I know initially whenever you spoke with me about joining the
Can you right here,
podcast,
Taylor?
you mentioned something about you had some nice war stories and some road stories. Fill us in on that.
Yeah, I mean, if you played the game long enough, you're moving around town to town. It's hard to kind of settle down with one sort of girlfriend or whatever. So I like to get after it here and there, and do some cool stuff, especially down there when I was at college. So we've done this or that, a couple of times, and we've had some fun. So, and we're probably gonna keep having some fun here.
Anything in particular, like any cool? Just tell us one from the birds.
Yeah, well, from the birds, I won't get into too much detail here, but we had a nice trip to a place called Phillies one night, and got a couple ladies there to come back for a little party, and that was a pretty good time. So that was a cool night.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that was a good one. So
can you expand a little more on yourself? Can you tell us about some of your hobbies outside of hockey? I think, I know we bring it up a few times on the show, but sometimes I think people forget that you guys definitely do stuff in the off season or have other hobbies. So tell us a little bit about that.
yeah, so originally I'm from Toronto, Canada, or right beside it. So obviously life's a little bit different up there than down here in Carolina. But I'm, right now I'm kind of been living in the States a lot. So I'm just home for the summer. I work construction a lot of the summer, so I'm busy with that. Obviously I still, train hockey and play some men's league and have some fun there. I like to make music too. I'd be cooking up some pretty zesty tracks on my computer here.
Oh,
And
What
just
genre?
going out with the guys and having fun. That's another big one,
all right. Maybe get your songs on Sirius XM or something like that one of these days.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get on the radio, but I mean, never say never, right? So maybe one of these days.
Exactly. You got to think
Amen to
positive,
that.
man. Let's get
Yeah.
that positive energy flowing, man.
Yeah, and that would be a cool job too, being like a DJ or an artist or something. So
Yeah.
maybe one
like
day.
on Octane or something like that.
Yeah, be shutting down Coachella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I won't quite. All right. So I know you say you like to work a lot and all that stuff. Do you like any outdoor activities? Maybe like camping, hunting, fishing, anything like that?
Yeah, so I've never really been hunting or fishing. I got a couple buddies from school that maybe this summer we'll have to get out. My one buddy up in Buffalo, we got to shoot some guns this summer, so I'm sure at some point we'll have to go hunting. But I definitely like being outdoors. Even just like going downtown or going outside, like walking around. Just grabbing some drinks or just being with the boys or something like that. Going to like outdoor events, stuff like that in the summer is always pretty nice. Yeah, so I like being outside. I like going for runs too outside, just get some sunshine, stuff like that.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Having a little bonfire here, having a little s'more there. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know. I like yeah, that stuff's all cool. So, but yeah, in terms of hunting and fishing, not really done much of that. So we'll have to maybe try some of that here.
They have like that thing called magnet fishing now. Is it like the newest craze where people throw a magnet in the water and all that stuff and try to find junk in the water?
Oh, really? I figure you're
Yeah.
supposed to drop a bug zapper in the water, right? That's kind of the
Yeah, no kidding.
The go-to.
Watch them all float to the top. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do in the off season to get ready for such a long hockey season?
So yeah, obviously coming into this season, I didn't really know what to expect in terms of like camp and how the season would go or where I'd even really be playing. So I took a little bit of time off after my college season ended, and they end early, so it was back in like February, I think. So I kind of would skate maybe once a week or every 2 weeks for a few months, and then in the summer, I definitely try to work out. Maybe not every day, but a couple times a week for sure. And then I usually play just men's league with my buddies about twice a week, I'd say. And maybe once a week I'll go to like a kind of a skills or like tight area game, like 3-on-3 stuff like that, where it's more sort of high intensity and higher caliber players, just to kind of keep sharp and dial it back in. But the men's league I play back home is pretty good too. I mean, Toronto's a hockey hub, and I mean, there's some pretty nasty players even in beer league. Like I think it's one of the top divisions at like one of my local rinks, and there's guys that play Canadian University, like ex-pros, guys that play in this league in the SP. I mean, there's good players. So even though it's just kind of more for fun, it's still, you know, pretty high level competitive hockey there in the summer. So yeah.
What does a game day look like for you? Can you take us like from the beginning? Do you have any superstitions, specific meal that you eat, or like tell us what it's like?
Yeah, so game days, it's obviously different if you're at home or on the road. But say we have like just a 7 o'clock home game here. Friday, we'll usually do a morning skate where we'll do maybe 30 minutes of just kind of some flow drills, passing, just kind of get the legs going a little bit around 10 a.m. Usually we'll go out for lunch or something after that. And I try to eat kind of a big lunch. I'd say maybe like 5 or 6 hours before the game. And then maybe just a snack kind of like when I get to the rink about 2 hours before. And then I don't really have any superstitions. I like to kind of do as little as possible before the game. I'll just sit in my stall, maybe have a hot shower, and just kind of marinate for like 2 hours there, and then just go out for warm-ups. Once in a while, I'll mix in some sewer with the boys, but just depends on the game. Again, I really don't do much. I know some guys like to stretch and roll out and do all their whatever, but I kind of just chill.
So Anna, how about you ask a couple questions? Do you have any more questions coming in from the fans or just people watching us? Or
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
If you ask that, then I'll go back and ask him another question.
Okay, so Sam Wentz wanted to know the genre of music you were talking about with what you make.
Well, I make my own like beats and stuff like that, so I wouldn't say it's kind of one genre in particular. It's kind of just everything. But I do like kind of throwing it back old school with some like disco and some kind of like funk vibes. And then I do rap a little bit too, but you know, we thought that was gonna blow up a little more than it did. So I'm kind of retired from the rap game right now, but so I'm kind of just whipping up some beats right now, and maybe get back into that and making like actual songs at some point. But
you might have to leak us a soundtrack, you know, like unedited, just soundtrack. Maybe we could drop to the public.
Yeah, no, for sure. I could probably get you some files, so we could do
nice.
something like that.
Some MP3s.
Yeah, exactly.
You only get one shot to blow. This option comes once in a lifetime, yo. All right.
So another fan wanted to know what's your favorite part about playing for or in Carolina?
I mean, for me, the whole experience is cool. Obviously, it's you know, unreal getting to live down south in the States. I'd definitely rather be here than up in Canada, so that's nice. I mean, the weather's a lot better. Obviously, the hockey's, you know, good, and it's cool to be, I guess, a professional hockey player and make a bit of money and you know, get that kind of experience. And then also, you know, you're on your own here, like you're living with the boys. Like that's kind of your family, so it's cool to have that experience living away from home and, you know, getting to play the game and just do all that cool stuff down in the U.S. here. You know, not a lot of people get the opportunity to kind of have I guess a paid for, not vacation, but a paid for kind of excursion to a different place and get that cool experience. So just kind of everything all together. And then obviously the fans and stuff here in Carolina are great, so that helps out a lot. The fan support and boosters and all that stuff.
So, talking about like fans and clubs and like where you live, how do you like your living conditions? Is it pretty decent where you are staying at? I see you have a wall at least. That's pretty good upgrade.
Yeah, we do have 4 walls and a roof that goes over our heads. So you know, that's
you're doing better than some teams.
That's the essentials. Yeah, but no, the housing setup here is good. The team here, we have 2 pretty big houses. The house I'm in, I think we have like 8 or 9 guys living in it, and then we have the house next door as well, where there's I think 6 guys living in that one. And so you're with
neighbors
the boys
too. What the hell?
Yeah,
that's pretty
you're
nice.
with the boys all day and all night.
You're not
pretty much.
You're not all in one place. You have neighbors.
We're all
cool.
together. It's a big melting pot here. But I can't complain. It's fun. I mean, it's fun getting to be with the guys, and obviously we do stuff, you know, before and after practice, and we'll get together, and you know, weekends we'll all go out together and stuff. You know, after, you know, hopefully a couple wins on the weekend, you know, we'll celebrate. So
that's cool.
So living with all the boys, I imagine there's some good pranks.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I've really seen too many pranks. Guys kind of just will just go at it though. You know, like obviously, you know, arguments and fights, and it's more in fun, but stuff like that'll break out once in a while. You know, but it's pretty fun here, so we have a good time, and and everyone likes each other in the house, which definitely helps. So
You might have to start that prank war off then.
yeah, I know.
There you
You
go.
got me thinking here. I said, you know what? We might have to start hiding some stuff and flipping some stuff, and yeah, we'll we'll get that going.
Nothing like outside tape to the balls.
So, who would you say your playing style mirrors in the NHL?
That's a tough question. I don't really watch too much hockey, to be honest. I never really have. And here at the house, none of the guys really watch much hockey, so I don't really throw it on my own. And even like growing up, I never really watched much NHL. I'll throw the playoffs on because that's, obviously the best hockey you're going to watch is NHL playoffs. So I'll watch a bit of that. But for me, it's hard to kind of make a comparison here. Again, those guys are so good that I don't think it is comparable.
Well, there's some similarities. Some people try to mirror.
Yeah, maybe whoever throws the most pizzas up the middle in the show, that's probably I don't know who that would be, but that's probably my player comparison there.
Are you an Xbox guy or a PlayStation guy?
I'm a PlayStation guy, but I don't even have one here. Didn't bring one down. I don't hit the sticks anymore. I used to, but right now I'm kind of just not really playing video games. So maybe I'll get back into it. Usually in the summer I play a bit more when I'm home and I got more free time. But yeah, right now I'm not on that. Me and my roommate though, we rip a lot of movies, and I'll rip some movies with the guys next door and stuff too. So that's I'd say a movie guy, but I'd go with PlayStation over Xbox for sure.
Did you give us your top 3 maybe favorite movies?
Oh, favorite movies? Well, the boys who just put on That's My Boy with Adam Sandler the other night. I think that might be my favorite of all time. That movie's hilarious. I think John Wick is up there. All the John Wick movies are pretty filthy. That guy's an absolute weapon.
Yes.
And round out 3, maybe we'll go like Wolf of Wall Street or something. My boy Leo DiCaprio.
That's a solid set of choices right there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, those are some good picks, I think. So.
Man, Leo has a good movie like Titanic and all that stuff. No, just.
Well, I've seen Titanic. I don't know if it's top 3 material, but it's all right. Maybe we'll get a lady friend over one of these nights and throw on Titanic.
There you go.
I know that's more of a chick movie, but
Hey,
Netflix
female
and chill.
advice, Notebook.
Netflix and chill.
That's the movie. Notebook will get them every time.
I hear
all right,
50
well,
Shades
I'll
of
have
Grey.
to remember that one, The Notebook.
Yeah, it's
So we have a
Notebook,
fan
man.
question. We have a fan question from actually a face that you guys are going to be seeing soon. Check back after the new year. We're going to have 2 new hosts joining us. So this is Erin, and she wanted to know if you could change one rule in the Fed, what would it be and why?
One rule. I got to think about that for a second. I feel like this league, there's a lot more fights and stuff than a lot of other leagues. So I'd probably just double down on that. And I think you're allowed 3 per game or something. Or if you're like a secondary fight, it's an automatic kick out. So maybe I'd get rid of that rule where you get kicked out automatically for starting stuff after. I just let the boys go if they want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make eye gouges legal, right? We can poke them in the eye. All good.
Maybe not that, but I think just, if you want to get scrapped, then I don't know, you shouldn't be stopped. So.
My eye. All right. I guess backtracking a little bit, since there's like a lot of historical buildings, like when you were playing in Canada, which historical arena did you like the best? That gave you like the old chills and all that stuff.
One that I played in that I thought was pretty cool was I think the old Maple Leaf Gardens. It's downtown Toronto, and I think it's kind of above a mall. It was kind of I only been there once, but I remember seeing it was probably the craziest setup I've seen. It's kind of a couple stories up, and I think a mall building, and there's a grocery store below it. It was kind of weird, but kind of cool. I've never really seen anything like that. So that rink's definitely unique compared to pretty much any other one I've seen in Canada.
How do you feel about the game going from being somewhat gritty to more of a skill game? What do you think about the evolution of hockey?
I mean, obviously, yeah. As you know, the further we get on here, it seems like there's more and more just skill guys, less kind of fighting and hitting, especially you know at the higher levels. Um, and I think it's good and bad because obviously, you know, if guys are scoring and stuff, like fans like that stuff, and then you get to playoffs and it's kind of goes back to the old days where everyone's trying to kill each other and there's fights and everyone's getting in after it after the whistle and stuff. So there still is that element there, but and I think it's hard too, especially for pro guys to be fighting and hitting like that every night because I mean, in the NHL they play like 80 something games. We play like 50 something. So it's kind of hard to keep that up. But I think fighting and hitting obviously should be staples in the game no matter what. And you know, I love that stuff. You know, I know the fans do. So as long as the fans are happy and they're paying to get tickets and see the games, then they're doing something right, I guess.
Could you tell us a little bit about your future goals for your hockey career?
Yeah. So again, this is my first year pro here. My goals would just be to obviously keep playing as long as I can, you know, stay healthy and eventually try to work my way up. You know, I got a taste of the SPHL. I was there for a couple weeks this year. You know, at some point I'd probably like to get back into that league and then, you know, hopefully work my way up to the coast. And I mean, after that, it's I know it's pretty hard to crack those top leagues. So I'm not really expecting to play in the show or anything like that. But, you know, if I can get, you know, maybe a season or something in the coast like that eventually down the line, I think that would be pretty cool. And so I'm just going to keep working towards that. And, you know, hopefully within a couple of years, that would be something I could do. And, you know, just go from there, maybe go to Europe at some point too. I think that would be a cool experience. I got some buddies over in Sweden right now and they love it. So, you know, maybe down the line, just, you know, see where the wind takes me, I guess. Just try to keep playing.
So if the wind takes you away from hockey, like say something happens and you're injured and you can't play anymore, what would be a career choice that you would like to do?
I just have to fall back on the rap career and dial it in, spend all the time on that instead.
There you go. I love it.
Nah, realistically, I'd probably
shit.
go back to working construction, just putting nails in boards, doing God's work, you know. So that would probably be the kind of second option there is that. And, you know, hopefully maybe get a management position so I'm not breaking my body doing that either. But
Or you get to sit inside the truck, right?
Don't get a paper cut.
Climate control, no.
Yeah, put the white hat on, not the orange ones. So
There you go. Yeah, so, the little reflective vest.
yeah.
Who's been your biggest inspiration in your hockey career?
I'd have to give a shout out to my dad on that one, just because he played the game. He's kind of, you know, what got me into it, and he's always pushing me to keep playing. And I mean, some parents will tell their kids after a certain point, you know, you're not making much money doing this, or there's no future in it, whatever. Just, you know, pack it in and get a real job. My dad and my mom, they both supported me throughout the years and kind of pushed me to keep playing. And so they kind of want me to be here and want me to keep doing better and getting better and again keep trying to move up. So I gotta give a shout out to both my parents, but I guess my dad more because he's the hockey guy. So and you know, just again hopefully make sort of a career out of this and just keep enjoying it. So
Shout out to the parents. I hear a lot from players. Most of them that, you know, have gone so far and done well have that support from back home. Can you give us maybe something from your hockey bucket list, like maybe something you haven't done yet that a certain goal, the Gordie Howe hat trick, just something that what's on your list?
yeah, well, I mean, this season I think I got a point in the SP, but that's about it. So right now I'm looking to just get on that stat sheet, get some goals, get some assists going here. I've been close, you know, a number of times. Almost every game I'll get a scoring chance, but just haven't had any luck to put one in. I definitely still want to get into a fight. I haven't had a pro fight yet, so there's a lot of stuff I still got to do here. And I mean, the season it's pretty early still, so I'm sure I'll get most of that stuff done, if not all of it. But yeah, definitely want to start producing a bit more, and I'll be dropping the mitts at some point here. So.
Do you have a certain someone you might want to dance with?
Yeah.
Or just kind of whatever happens.
I'd say whatever.
You're taking all the good questions, Anna.
Sorry.
I said, I don't
No,
know
you
too
are
many
fine.
guys in
You
the
are
league
fine.
yet.
That is good. That is good.
Yeah. But I don't know too many guys in the league, so I wouldn't say I have any enemies or guys that I just go up to and start fighting right away. But maybe it'll get to that point. I know we've played Port Huron I think 4 times now, so there's a couple guys on that team that I might not be the biggest fan of, and I think we play them some more in the new year. So maybe those guys, or if something happens in a game, I'll have to get after it at some point. So.
Since Ann is dialing me in really good and reading my mind with the questions, I guess I'll throw you a curveball here. What in Carolina? What is your favorite restaurant? I've asked a few other people. What is your favorite restaurant in Carolina?
Easy question. Cookout, my man. Cookout.
Yes.
And for yes.
And it's a shame that they don't have that everywhere else in the U.S. and it's not in Canada.
Oh, it's a
only in
restaurant.
States that I know of, so.
I thought you were cooking outside yourself. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm saying Cookout, like I guess the burger place, like the fast food place Cookout.
I'll have to check that out now. I have never
been to Cookout. Oh, you
Yeah, their food's so good. Yeah.
Cheap too.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's the place you hit up if Taco Bell's line is like super long and you want to spend like a couple extra bucks to get that big fat greasy burger.
Yeah, Cookout is
I have
awesome.
to check out I have to check out the website now. See what it's all about.
It's a definite go-to after a hockey game.
Yeah, and you can't beat the prices. It's like $10 for like a milkshake combo, and you get like a burger, 2 sides, and a shake, and it's unreal, man.
Now,
Unreal.
can you get a sack of cheeseburgers? I've always asked a stupid question, but can you get a sack of cheeseburgers at this place?
I don't know if you can do that, but I'm sure you can just get a bunch of burgers. So.
Who's your go-to guy on the team?
Oh, well, it depends for what. Depends for what specifically, but
Like, just advice, life advice, hockey advice.
well, I spend a lot of time with my roommate here, Curtis Heggie, so he's one of my boys. I mean, pretty much all the guys in the house I'm pretty tight with. I spend a lot of time with Schnapp as well. I know he's a fan favorite. He's got some interesting stories and some unique perspectives there, so we chat a lot there too. And then I hang out.
Trying to get him on the show.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to him about it earlier, so hopefully that'll work out at some point. But yeah, so I'd say those 2 guys I kind of spend probably the most time with.
So a fan question. Well, we have 2 things. Melinda said, Farmer is my daughter's favorite. She's the one that challenges the players to the gymnastic tricks.
Yeah. Yeah,
and then
shout out to them. I love those 2.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
And then we have a fun question. Who would your celebrity lookalike be?
Celebrity lookalike. I don't know. For me, that's tough to say, but I've got a few people come up to me at one point or another. I used to have a mullet, and some girls thought I was Morgan Wallen. I didn't know who that was at the time, so I'm like, who? I got Kevin from Shameless. I don't know who the actor that is, but I used to had a buzz cut at one point, so I got that.
See that.
But those are, I'd say, the 2 that I've heard a couple times. I think
Morgan Wallen. I love that. That would not have been my guess, but I see it too. So that's good.
So I'll have to probably start rocking a mullet again real soon too.
Just start singing.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. Jump in like a combo of like the rap and the country, and with the mullet, you're gonna be golden.
Oh yeah, we'll get that going real soon.
So far in this season, what was your best memory that you have for this season so far?
Honestly, I'd say just and this seems to be just about every weekend, but when we get a weekend sweep, especially against a good team or a big win against like one of the top teams, and the boys all kind of go out Saturday night and we're just partying in the room after the game for a bit and just blasting music. Those are usually I'd say some of the best moments. And again, we've been doing well this year, so there's been a number of Saturday nights we're having a good time. So
in the future, there's not gonna have to play some music. You're just gonna get up there and do some rapping, right?
yeah, it'll
You'll
be
music,
me putting
right?
on the show. Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Yes. Taylor?
So now that I know that you're in the music industry, when are you going to sing the national anthem?
Oh, the problem is I'm not much of a singer, so I wish I could sing, but unfortunately, I just don't have that skill set. And I don't know if I'll ever learn to sing, so I doubt I'll be singing the anthem anytime soon. But you never know, I guess.
Well, when it comes to
But-
rap, you don't really have to sing. You just have to mumble jumble some words together, make them rhyme, and just sing really fast. You know.
Yeah, pretty much. So maybe I'll do a remix of the Star Spangled Banner and chop it up a little bit
Ooh.
and get some bars in there.
You know what'd be great if you did the Star Spangled Banner and mix it with the old Canada national team song, like spin it with that. That way you can just do one national anthem, not two.
Yeah, see, I'm more just America only kind of guy. You know, I don't know if I'd get the Canadian one in there.
So we have time left for 2 more questions. Could you tell me, Abby wanted to know what or who do you see going to the Cup this year?
In the NHL?
Actually, I think the Fed, but you could
the
say either.
Okay, well, yeah, the Commissioner's Cup. Honestly, I think we're a wagon this year, and I think I'd say Binghamton or Columbus are probably the next best teams, based on what I've played so far. So, I think the 3 of us are kind of the top dogs in the race right now. So, and then the NHL again, I haven't watched much, but I know like Tampa's usually good, Vegas is good. There's a lot of. I think LA's been doing well this year. I've heard. So I don't know. There's a lot of good teams, so it's tough to say there. But I'm kind of a Tampa fan, so I hope the Lightning will get another cup there.
Oh,
You just became my best friend.
Yep.
Yeah, like we're gonna have to talk after the show. I have so much we have to talk about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I love Florida, and Tampa is quite the city, quite the team there. So I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I wear them just about every day. So I love the South, and yeah, Florida especially is quite the spot.
Got the Jimmy Buffett look going. All right, rounding out the question, is like for the next year and all that stuff, where would you like to see your playing career end in the FHL?
I mean, hopefully this year we'll win the cup. I mean, obviously that's the goal right now. The boys are all working for it. And then, next year, I don't know yet. I mean, I would be happy to come back here. If I got, another crack at the SP next year, I'd be happy with that. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to stay here and win the cup this year for sure. So
no other team in the FHL would be an interest to you?
I mean, never say never, I guess, but just based on kind of things I've heard and seen, I don't think I'd want to go to another spot. I don't know if there is a better spot to be than Carolina in the FPHL. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, Farmer, it was nice for you to join us. For one, I appreciate your time. You taking the time, sharing a little bit of your aspects, your points of view. You're a real stand-up guy, and I appreciate you. Straight out the gate, you're coming into Carolina. You've always been a people person, and as a fan, that means the world to us. Continue to be humble, continue to play your ass off, and you're going to go places. I appreciate you, and the rest of the fan base appreciates you as well.
Yeah, I mean, we love the fans here. I love the fans. Obviously, thanks to you guys for having me on the show. I mean, I'm loving my time here, so
thank you.
Hopefully we can just keep doing it.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, and shout out to the Thunderbird fans.
Pleasure.
Yeah, it's been absolutely awesome talking to you, and I'm really glad that you got to come in and hang out with us for a little while.
Yeah, no, this was cool, man. I would do this again. I'd say this was fun. So
yeah, maybe we could check in at the off season, just kind of recap how things went for you your first season in the FP. So that'd be cool.
Maybe we can do a well check or something like that. Just drop in, but hey,
welfare check.
Is he still alive at this point? Yeah.
Yeah. Does he have a heartbeat?
Well, we'll hold it down this weekend. Take care of Whitfield first, and then when Columbus comes into Winston, give them the business.
Oh yeah, that's what we've been waiting for is another go at those guys. So yeah, absolutely.
From our host to all of our fans, we just want to say happy holidays. We have a special episode coming. I believe it should be dropping around Christmas Eve timeframe, but we'll put a post up, so you guys definitely be on the lookout for that, and put us in the chat what you guys are doing to celebrate for Christmas this year.
And like and subscribe our channel. Thank you.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you in the next one.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Just keep your head down and carry on.